is not a drill. There was real-life NFL football on television last night, and it was all sorts of awesome. The Jaguars and Raiders squared off for the Hall of Fame game last night, and that officially means football is back. And with the return of football comes high expectations for the new-look Las Vegas Raiders. This is not a team that is a little engine that could, an underdog. My expectation for the Raiders, who made the playoffs last year, win at least one playoff game. Win a minimum of 11 games in the regular season. I think Josh McDaniels' team is ready to rock and roll. And McDaniels is a huge part of this. Phenomenal play caller. You see all those screens, albeit it's the preseason. No Derek Carr, no Davante Adams last night. But you got a nice glimpse of what my guy Josh McDaniels is going to take from New England and bring to Vegas, baby. And I think it's a major upgrade for the head coach, play caller. And I think Derek Carr, in a related story, is going to have the season of his life. Davante Adams and Derek Carr are best friends. They were best friends at Fresno State, still best friends. Adams is the single best wide receiver in the league. Carr has been very good to great. Now he's going to be outstanding. And this is my expectation here. I think the Vegas Raiders are elite. I think the Vegas Raiders should make a legit march to the Super Bowl. I have the Chargers winning the AFC West with the Raiders in second place. I believe Buffalo is the best team in the AFC, followed by the Chargers and then the defending champs, the Cincinnati Bengals. But then I'm going with the Raiders. The Raiders ahead of the Broncos. The Raiders ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders light years ahead of Josh McDaniels' old team, the New England Patriots. The defense with Chandler Jones teamed with Max Crosby, they're going to be vastly improved. Last year, with all the chaos and all the garbage and all the nonsense, the Raiders were able to make the postseason. Now, they're going to be a force. Regular season, postseason. I can't wait for Raiders football. Well, that sound from Rams head coach Sean McVay doesn't exactly instill confidence. Matthew Stafford is dealing with elbow pain that is abnormal. Here are the words you need to focus on. Stafford, elbow, pain, abnormal. Now, I'm not going to sit here and overreact. I love Stafford. I still have a ton of confidence in McVay and this team, but this is not nothing. This is officially something. This is officially something worth monitoring because this is a deal. And remember, he got that elbow injected during the offseason. Now Stafford showed up and was a leader in OTAs and minicamp, doesn't want any kind of Super Bowl hangover, and I love every second of it. But remember a year ago when you had Dak Prescott and the shoulder and Mike McCarthy said, don't worry about it, it's all precautionary. And he was right. You didn't hear any of that from Sean McVay when he talked to the press. And Stafford, I believe, who was amazing last year, won the whole thing, obviously. I think Matthew Stafford, if healthy, is going to have the season of his life. Remember, the regular season numbers were good. The postseason was out of this world. Allen Robinson is a huge upgrade. Cooper Kupp is coming off the Triple Crown at the wide receiver position. But all of a sudden here, you have Van Jefferson. He had his surgery. And on defense, you're still waiting for Jalen Ramsey. And this is clearly a deal. It's August the 5th. I'm not going to sit here and overreact, but we're going to monitor. It's already tough week one regular season where it's Buffalo and the Bills coming to town. And then after Atlanta and Arizona, the Rams have a week 4 game in San Francisco. So I am slightly concerned. The word choice from the ultra-intelligent McVay went noted. This is clearly something, and just right there alone means it's something we need to talk about. Oh, I love that. Bag it, Atlanta Braves. Just love that from Buck Showalter. The Braves, the defending World Series champs, they're an obstacle for the Mets to get through. But I love the way that the Mets managed last night and played last night and had a huge statement win. How about Naquin? A couple of home runs. Citi Field debut, one of the newbies on this baseball team. That was pretty incredible to watch. And, people said the Mets did nothing at the trade deadline. Well, that counts as something. And I was just obsessed with Buck Showalter going for the jugular. And Edwin Diaz, because there are certain games that are just bigger over the course of 162. Mets are piping hot. Mets are on an incredible streak. Mets are confident. Edwin Diaz in for the 6-out save. He's got the best bullpen to the mound music in all of baseball. And the dude who runs the audio at Citi Field wasn't even ready for that classic song in the 8th inning. But Buck went for the jugular. And look, you saw 4.5 now in the standings. There's a doubleheader this weekend. It's a 5-game series, as we talked about on yesterday's sizzling edition of Time to Shine. Even if the Mets lose every game the rest of this series, they're still going to be in first place. And spoiler alert, I think the New York Mets, with their pitching, with their timely hitting, with their defense, with their manager, with Edwin Diaz, who to me is top 2 for the Cy Young in the National League. And when you write down 10 names on a sheet of paper, he's not the MVP in the National League, but Edwin Diaz deserves some back-end MVP consideration. The New York Mets are making a statement. Their upside is to go to the World Series. They're better than the Braves, and they're going to win the National League East. Going away. Oh boy. Welcome back. Time to Shine. I got a lot to get off my chest on a Friday, and go ahead, big dog. Cliff Kingsbury to Kyler Murray on how they communicate and battle over plays. It's going to be a long season for the Arizona Cardinals, whether it's on the fields, off the fields. There are a lot of issues here, and Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury not on the same page, and Kyler Murray doesn't work hard, and Kyler Murray has a clause in his contract that he needs to work, then they take it out, so it was an embarrassment. And by the way, Kyler Murray doesn't get it done when it matters the most, as we have documented on numerous occasions, including last year in the postseason when he threw up on himself against the Rams. By the way, we left out this conversation. Murray stinks in second half of seasons. So does Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, where's the inspiration? I mean, they traded for Hollywood Brown. He's off to a slow start at camp. He's had issues off the field to start training camp. DeAndre Hopkins suspended for the first 6 weeks. The running back coach is now on a leave. The whole thing is a mess. Oh, by the way, week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs. Good luck with that. They signed Kyler Murray to that massive contract. It's clear they don't trust him. They don't believe in him. And this is why I said the minute they signed him, that was going to be a contract that was going to be regrettable. You're not going to hear out of me, Kyler Murray, ... worth every single penny. Go ahead, big dog. Wow, that's not good. Got to get this off my chest. I'm pretty concerned for my guy Clayton Kershaw. He left yesterday's start with low back pain, and Kershaw already spent time on the injured list with a back injury, so this is not good. And this could be Kershaw's final season. He's in his mid-30s. He's the greatest of all time, but Father Time is certainly catching up to him. And look, the Dodgers did win, right? And the Dodgers are an absolute juggernaut. They swept the Giants, and even in a down year for San Francisco, that is still ultra significant. But take a look at this. Thank you, sports gods. Thank you, baseball gods. The Dodgers, with that unbelievable record, at home taking on the Padres, who just had, no hyperbole, the single greatest trade deadline ever. Juan Soto, Josh Bell, Hader, Drury. I don't think it's exaggeration with the competition against the Padres, with all that as a backdrop, with the aforementioned tying it in Kershaw injury, and with Tony Gonsolin, who was brilliant April, May, June, early July, but really since that All-Star game when he was terrible, has crashed back down to earth. I don't think it's exaggeration to call this a gigantic start in terms of confidence between the ears and believability for Gonsolin and for the Dodgers and their fans. On the flip side, if he gets lit up by Juan Soto and company, wow, what that would do for San Diego. I'm going to take the Dodgers to win tonight. I'm going to take the Dodgers to win this series on the heels of the Kershaw injury, on the heels of what happened with San Diego in a great way for the Padres at the trade deadline. This feels like a rather big series and a big deal for Gonsolin in isolation tonight. I got to get this off my chest. This tweet from my guy Matt from last May is one of the most accurate and hilarious descriptions of the Angels ever. Mike Trout hit 3 home runs, raised his average to .528. Shohei Ohtani did something that hasn't been done since Tombstone Armo Doyle of the 1921 Akron Groomsmen. And the Angels lose to the Tigers. The Tigers 8-3. The Angels hit seven solo home runs and lost to the A's. It's better to laugh than cry, I guess. This team is a mess. This franchise stinks. They should have traded Ohtani. Oh, you poor, poor people of Orange County. Got to get this off my chest. Justin Verlander having an unbelievable season. Major League leading 15th win last night. He's the Cy Young in the American League without question. He's the comeback player of the year without question, coming off of Tommy John. And I'll tell you this, as a Yankee fan, listen, Verlander's on fire. And the Astros are just a game and a half behind the Yankees for the 1 seed. There is no way my Yankees would beat Justin Verlander and the Houston Astros if Game 6, Game 7 of the ALCS in Houston. Got to get this off my chest. With LeBron and the Lakers talking about a contract extension, I'm once again expecting big things from this team this season. And I know LeBron is obviously up there in age. He's still playing great basketball. Now he's got to stay healthy. The chemistry needs to be right with Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook. Obviously, that's where new head coach Darvin Ham, he certainly is part of the equation. The Russ rumors are still swirling, but I'll keep saying it and keep getting it off my chest. And, you know, if I'm wrong, we'll throw it back on a Thursday in April. I believe in LeBron and the Lakers this season. What could possibly go wrong?
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.